Okay.
There you go, Maria.
Gracias, mijo.
No, de nada.
Honey, I want you to tell me. What have you decided?
Listen, you know I want to make a toast right here. To Thorne. Most men's spirits would have been broken by what you've just been through. But you not only survived, you triumphed. It's wonderful to have you back where you belong. Welcome home.
You're here.
Definitely. Oh, God. This is good. I bet you're appreciating a lot of things right now, aren't you? You have no idea. I tell you, wearing your own clothes and waking up in your own bed and eating real food.
Ah, and you need it. Look at you, your skin and bones.
Well, we'll take care of that, won't we, Maria?
That's right. I made extra enchiladas just for you.
Oh, Maria, I've been dreaming about your enchiladas. You just send them right my way. I'll take care of them.
Oh, in that case, I better go make some more.
There you go.
Oh, it is so good to have you home. It must have been a nightmare for you, locked up for something you didn't even do.
I just couldn't believe the whole thing was happening. You know, you work your entire life to become somebody that people respect and trust, and you build a reputation, and then suddenly it's gone. I mean, the whole world thinks you're this vicious murderer, and nobody's even listening to anything you have to say. I just thank God for all of you, for being there for me and for believing in me. I mean, Dad, the way you took care of the lawyers and the detectives and the press, and you never once doubted me, did you? All that evidence they had against me, and you still believed in me. I can't begin to tell you how much that meant to me. It was the only thing that kept me sane. Thank you. Thank all of you.
Oh, honey, no. We always believed in you.
Yeah, I know.
Thorne, I'm just so proud of you. It took a great deal of strength to get through what you've just been through.
Oh, believe me, I didn't feel too strong.
It's amazing, though. Police are all over town looking everywhere, and that murderer was right there in front of us the whole time.
Oh, Anthony had his tracks covered perfectly. I tell you, if it wasn't for Dylan, I don't think I would have figured out that he was the killer. Jess, where is Dylan anyway? I never got a chance to thank him.
Oh, he's at work. They're crazy over at Spectre these days.
That was Sally in the hospital and her head designer in jail.
To stay, I heard this guy's confession on tape. Trust me, he will fry.
It's just so unbelievable to think what he was capable of.
Well, we've had real proof of bravery and heroism, though. Look at Sally.
Taking a bullet for her daughter? That's pretty amazing.
I'll tell you, you can say whatever you want about Sally Spectra. This is a lady who loves her family. She would do anything for Macy.
Well, she certainly proved that, didn't she?
Hey, that reminds me. Where is Macy anyway?
So, how you feeling? Okay, good. Did you sleep better last night?
So how's CJ, Macy? Does he miss me?
Oh, of course he does. But don't you worry, we're taking real good care of him. Darla's gonna take him to baseball practice today.
I miss his funny little face.
Well, I can bring him by next time. Doctor says it's okay.
But I want to make sure he doesn't know how serious this was.
No, I just told him that you're sick, just like when he had the flu.
I don't know how I'm going to explain to him about Anthony. He was that little boy's hero.
Well, I can't get over all these flowers. Where'd they come from?
Different people.
Oh, let me guess. Those have got to be from Darla. And these, I'm not sure.
Those are from Jack Hamilton.
Well, what do you know? And those...
You'll never guess.
Stephanie.
Well, how did you know?
Well, you see the red ones? All puffed up. Just like Stephanie when you really get her going.
Oh, don't.
I'm sorry.
Don't make me laugh.
No, don't
please.
laugh. I didn't mean to make you.
So, what's going on out there? Not much. Oh, come on, Mike. You are my contact with the outside world. Now give me the scoop.
Okay, well, let's see.
How about that gorgeous roommate of yours?
Oh, well, he's been working crazy hours.
Huh. Why doesn't that surprise me? That Sally's probably a slave driver. So, you miss him, huh?
Who, Dylan?
Well, come on. It has to get lonely being in that big old apartment all by yourself.
Jasmine, I used to live there alone and I did just fine, remember?
Yeah, well, you don't miss what you've never had. But once you've had it, I thought about having it.
You are back on my case again. You must be feeling better.
God, I hope so. I cannot take much more of this.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. You know, Mike, I guess I should be grateful that I'm alive, but I'm not feeling very fortunate right now. I mean, my legs hurt. I get lonely in here. The only thing I have to keep me company is this television. You know, I had such big plans for the summer. I thought the internship at Spectra was going to really launch my career, put me up in the big leagues. And now look at me. I wish I never heard of Sally Spectra.
How's my favorite client doing?
Thank you, honey. But now I think you better get going.
Why?
Well, the Forresters are having a dinner party, aren't they? I'm sure you want to be there.
I can get there a little later.
Oh, honey. I'm sure they're very anxious to see you. You're a very important part of that family now. You saved Thorne's life. And they will always appreciate and accept you. No matter what they may think of your mother.
What are you talking about? You're just as much a hero to them as I am. More.
You know how it is when Queen Stephanie makes up her mind about someone. It's, oh!
What? What is it?
It's nothing, honey. It's just a little pang, just a little pang. Doctor told me to expect it. It's perfectly normal.
Well, can I do anything?
Fine. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is something you can do. See if you can get my neighbor behind that wall to stop playing those ear-splitting rock videos. I'm telling you, they go on, and I can hardly get any rest because of the noise.
Oh, who is it? I'll talk to her.
Oh, no. I'll take care of it. You better get going.
You sure I can't bring you anything? Books, magazines? I can bring some work from the office.
Work. Don't even say the word. Every time I think of it, I think of that potential lawsuit, and I get so upset. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. That woman that fell down the elevator. How's she doing?
Fine. She's going to be just fine.
Saul says she hasn't filed yet. Do you think she will?
I think it's a possibility. With George Sue Me Sanders yapping at her heels, you know how those ambulance chasers operate. I'm sure by this time he's got her convinced that suing me would be striking a blow for humanity. Like she's David and I'm Goliath, and she's Dorothy and I'm the Wicked Witch of the West, or she's Red Riding Hood and you know who I am.
I get it.
Honey, the point is that if she files a suit against us, we're sunk. I don't know how we're going to deal with this one. I really don't.
Mother, don't start thinking that way. We are survivors. If I've learned anything these past few months, it's that we get through things. And we'll get through this, too.
Hello, George.
Didn't lose my number, did you?
No, it's right over here.
Because we really need to get rolling on this lawsuit. You are ready to go ahead.
I don't know.
You're her friend. How can we convince her to do what's in her own best interest?
And yours?
Am I sensing some skepticism?
You are.
Why don't you tell me what bothers you about the idea, and maybe I can ease your concerns and Jasmine's at the same time. Unless you think your arguments won't hold up.
All right. I don't think that Jasmine should sue. Sally's already paying her hospital bills.
No, that's hush money. Sally knows your friend deserves a lot more than that.
How much more?
6 figures. Possibly 7.
She'd have to lay a lot of people off to pay that kind of money.
Never happened. Her liability insurance will cover it. And if you're really concerned about the people who work there, think about their working conditions. A suit like this will force that lady to upgrade, which is what that building needs.
You don't know that.
Honey, the elevator fell 4 stories?
3, George.
Whatever. The point is, that doesn't happen in a modern building. Now, Jasmine, you sue, you send a message. What do you think?
Well, I think she's a pompous windbag, but that's besides the point.
Do you get the feeling that she cares about you, that she's sincerely sorry for your suffering?
No.
Has she been in to see you lately?
No.
Not a note or a phone call?
No, not a thing.
In short, she hasn't given the slightest indication that she gives a winky-dink what happens to you one way or the other. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
Macy's visiting her mom at the hospital. She said that she'd be coming by later.
Well, shall we hold dinner? Maggie's not here either.
Oh, no, Mom's not coming. She says she's not feeling very well, so.
Maybe meeting her daughter's boyfriend for the first time didn't really agree with her.
Very funny. No, she loved Dylan. Thank you very much.
You know, Macy said specifically not to hold dinner for her, so if you guys are hungry, let's eat.
All right, I'll tell Maria to get started.
Wait, before you do that, Ridge, isn't there something that you want to share with us? Something you want to tell all of us?
Stephanie, maybe Ridge would rather wait for another time.
Actually, this is as good a time as any. You all know I went up to the cabin for a few days.
Yeah, after the hearing, you must have needed some time alone.
But I wasn't alone.
Oh, who went with you?
I did.
Stephanie?
Actually, it was all right. I had my doubts about Mother being up there as well, but she turned out to be great company. Which is more than I can say for myself.
God, the situation you were in.
Being forced to hurt someone you love, knowing there is no right answer, no matter what decision you make, you're gonna hurt someone. But I couldn't wait any longer. I had to make a decision.
You think you made the right one?
Yeah, I do.
Are you sure, Ridge?
It's the only decision I could make. Live with myself under the circumstances.
So, who is it, Ridge? Who did you choose?
When I came down from the cabin, I went to see Taylor. And I asked her to give me a divorce. It's the hardest decision that I've ever had to make.
Ridge, how could you do this to that woman? How could you do this to yourself?
Mother, I really don't want to get into that here. I'm only saying this because you're all my family. But I don't owe an explanation to anyone except Taylor and Brooke.
So, Brooke knows.
Yeah.
And I bet she's gloating over this one.
Mother, you're talking about my wife.
That woman is not your wife.
Not now. But she will be. I've asked Brooke to marry me.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
There's no doubt in my mind that this lawsuit is exactly what that woman deserves. What do you say? Can we file in the morning?
I'll call you tomorrow.
But we've already waited too long.
George, I said I would call you tomorrow.
I'm sorry. Visiting hours are over.
All right, fine. I'll wait to hear from you. Don't go soft on me, Cookie.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care. Cookie.
Oh, man.
Is there anything I can get for you?
Yeah, could you get that remote? Thanks.
Is there anything I can get for you?
Oh, no, nurse, I don't think so. I think I'm going to try to get some shut-eye.
All right. Now, you let me know if you need anything.
Will you please turn that music down? There are some sick people here trying to get some sleep. You!
You!
I do not believe this.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. Either the person in charge of room assignments made a mistake or has a very bizarre sense of humor.
Great. Just great, as if things weren't bad enough.
Don't worry, I agree with you. I'll move out tomorrow.
To a private room, I'm sure, where the common folk won't bother you.
Oh, please, please, lady, will you spare me the rhetoric? And while you're at it, will you spare my ears? Will you turn off that racket?
You still think you can push me around, don't you? Will you be careful, Sally Spectra? Because someday somebody's going to teach you a lesson.
Who? You, I suppose.
With the way that you treated me, you deserve it.
Jasmine, why don't you try not feeling sorry for yourself for half a second? I will admit that on the day of the interview, I was having a particularly bad time, and yes, I took it out on you. For that, I'm sorry. I apologize. Just how long do you expect me to go on paying for that?
You haven't even started.
Haven't started? Just who do you think is paying all of your hospital and medical bills?
That does not mean anything. That's only hush money.
All right, fine. So hush. Obviously, I made a mistake by letting you walk out of my office and into that elevator all by yourself. I should have had you thrown out.
Nurse!
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 Did I come in a bad time?
Actually, your timing is perfect.
We'll talk about this later.
How's your mother? Much better. She wanted me to thank you for the beautiful flowers.
Of course.
Stephanie, you sent Sally flowers.
Yes, I did. She saved my future daughter-in-law's life as well as Thorne's.
Well, that's good for a carnation or two, isn't it?
Well, actually, the way we look at it, Thorne saved our lives.
Oh.
Sending the police in the way that he did.
What is it they say about that? If you save somebody's life, they belong to you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. So I guess that means we're stuck with each other.
Well, I can think of worse things.
I can think of worse things, too.
You know, I have one question.
What's that?
When do we go back to the chapel?
Very soon.
Only this time, we decided to do things a little differently.
What do you mean?
Well, we were going to go back to the same chapel and do things the way we had planned, but when we thought about it, we realized everybody would just be thinking about what happened the last time.
Besides, so much has happened since then. And these vows, this day, is going to be very significant for the two of us. So we wanted to make our wedding represent how we're feeling inside right now. Very, very joyful. So we decided to throw a party.
That sounds like a great idea. Yeah. Where are you going to do it?
In Malibu, at the beach. Music and dancing.
Oh, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, that's the whole idea. We just want to have a big celebration.
Well, you two have a lot to celebrate.
I know I do. A few days ago, I didn't think I had anything to live for, and now I feel like I've got everything I've ever wanted. And it's all because of you.
Thorne.
No, it's true, Macy. I never would have survived this whole thing if it wasn't for you. Every time I was ready to call it quits, you believed in me. You made me believe in myself. And you told me we were gonna make it, and you were right, because here we are. And now I only want to hear one word from you. Yes. I love you, Macy. Will you marry me?
Yes. Yes, I remember. Oh.
Yes.